Welcome everybody to Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, TCTP 2C3 Pod, a film, TV and gaming podcast, number one in Newcastle, Australia, New South Wales. My name is Dylan and as always with my co-host
Mitchell, and it's time for us to visit a very silly themed art gallery in Cali because it's time for 2C3 Pod, RADON, oh fucking RADON. Who would do this? Why would someone approve this? Why did this get made?
Okay, so the theme is Sam Worthington, or at least Clash of the Titans from Wednesday's episode. This isn't related, is it?
No, that was Mitchell Harris in at least half of these films for this week's Blast from the Past 2010.
Okay, well, Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everybody for joining us this fine Friday. I hope you enjoyed Wednesday's episode where we went down a few rabbit holes, which was quite a long and good you son of a bitch.
I had to pinch in a punch for the first day of the month.
Absolutely. But yes, thank you everybody for joining us this Friday. My name is Dylan, as always, with the co-host
Mitchell, and do not forget that we have a special sponsor for this week's episodes.
Absolutely. Our sponsor for this week and subsequent weeks coming after is Gun Gear and Graphics. Get yourself a logo, wrestling merchandise, or like clothing and gear for yourself as well. Business logos, Facebook slogans, all that sort of stuff. Gun Gear and Graphics. Links are down below. More on that later.
Ooh.
But for now,
well, before that, of course, check out our social medias at 2C3Pod, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, of course. Wherever you're listening to, thank you so much. And make sure it's on your preferred platform. Right now, we are charted on Apple Podcasts in the entertainment news category in Australia, and we thank you for that support. If you can leave a review there, that would be lovely.
Absolutely.
But make sure it's on your preferred platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere else, and of course, YouTube.
Big Summer Blair.
Also, you can support the show, Patreon, TeePublic, Redbubble. All links are down below.
Of course. PayPal even, if you wanted to.
If you wanted to, yes, absolutely. But even business inquiries, twoscompany3podcast@gmail.com. Is this the end of the show or the beginning of the show?
This is whatever you want it to be. It depends whether or not they stick around.
Oh, well, that's hopefully they do.
Yes. But anyway, before we get into it, yes, we have another awesome edition of YASSS or PASS, Blast from the Past. And I'm very excited to take us back in time.
I need an explosion sound for that,
yes,
don't I?
Yes, you do. Yeah, we need the same depressing music, but then YASSS or PASS, Blast from the Past. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but yes, and we are doing that. And make sure to stick around to the end when we get back to the present time, where we will recap how those films did in theaters.
Should I push the button anyway?
There's a cue for it later.
Okay. You're already explaining it, so I thought we were already in it.
No, I'm explaining what we're going to do. But if you wanted to push the button for our journey, let's get started, man.
Let's do it.
Oh, not that journey. I meant traveling.
It's
time for YASSS or PASS.
Blast from the Past.
All right, Dylan, hit the next button.
I don't have a button for that.
There we go. Oh my God, here we go. The physical comes. Whoa, and here we are. Whoa.
I thought you meant actual button. What are you talking about?
That's button? Right. Yes. Anyway, there's going to be an awkward moment at the end of this little spiel I have set up. But anyway, well, here we are in April 2010. The world is a crazy place right now. A devastating earthquake has just torn Haiti apart, and swine flu infected up to 200 million people in the last 9 months. The World Health Organization got criticized for calling it a pandemic. Jesus. Well, thank God there won't be an actual pandemic for at least another 100 years, give or take 90. But anyway, Kobe Bryant is tearing the NBA up and seems likely to lead the Lakers to another championship. And my God, I am so addicted to Angry Birds. It just came out in December and I am hooked. My iPhone 3GS is loving it, but rumor has it there's a new iPhone 4 coming out in June. Excited, LOL. In movie news, Jeff Bridges and Sandra Bullock have just completed the sweep of the Golden Globes and the Oscars this year. But whatever, that's old news. I know that it's time for YASSS or PASS. Excited? No, YASSS or PASS. Blast from the Past.
You totally missed a whole segment, but okay.
Did I?
Yeah, I want to know what's happening in cinemas now. Grab your popcorn and get oversized beverages and let's get to the cinema because it's time for...
That's why. Yep, that's why it was weird to me. But anyway, I wrote it, so fuck you. I can say what I want, but yes.
Anyway, it's April 2010.
That's right, dude.
Yeah.
We're going to go there again? But anyway, yes, April 2010. The world is a nutty, nutty place like the Nutty Professor was many years ago.
Absolutely very nutty. Yes, we'll first cab off the rank for a trailer that just released.
And not only that, it's coming out on April Fool's Day.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, we're in for a stinger for that day. Anyway, first of all, who wants to take this one?
Oh, I'll take this one, man.
Let's do it.
have Clash of the Titans. Holy CGI, Batman. There's a bit of a panic at this disco. If by disco you mean the mythical times, and oh baby, am I glad this ain't no documentary. Here we see Percy or Perseus or something. It's Sam Worthington, tasked with taking down the gods that rule the world. Those gods being played by Liam Neeson and Ralph Fiennes. How can he stop them? How can he give that snakehead bitch a trim? How can he defeat the Kraken?
The Kraken.
Releasing into theatre like a kraken from the sea, April 1st.
Okay, so
wow.
Yeah. So this film does look pretty awesome in terms of action-packed, and I like revisiting the old gods of like the Greek, or not Greek, well, just like
the mythical times.
Mythical times, obviously. Yeah. The trailer though does reveal the big baddie straight up, and it does show all of them, but like the Kraken being like the biggest, baddest sort of enemy.
Yeah, the obstacle
in the mythological times.
Yes.
Where can they go from there?
No, that's exactly right. And you see Sam Worthington like traveling through and battling snakehead bitches and that.
Medusa.
And Liam Neeson being the I think Zeus.
Liam Neeson is Zeus.
He is Zeus.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's right.
If I'm not mistaken, Perseus from mythical times is the son of Zeus.
Yes, that's correct.
And
so not Hercules, I believe.
So
Perseus was set before Hercules.
Yeah, and was there a mention to the fact that, well, wouldn't that make him a god as well?
Well,
I think there was a character who said that, but you're not a man or something like that. So like if you were just a man.
Yeah, well,
you know what
that's
I mean?
the thing. Like Perseus, the story of Perseus is that he's a deadbeat.
I don't know.
So he's a lot like Jesus.
He's a deadbeat.
He's a deadbeat.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
a deadbeat dad. Yeah, no. So the story of Perseus essentially is that. Why does that sound a bit strange? The story of Perseus is that he's the son of Zeus to a human woman, kind of like Jesus. So he's a demigod.
So he's a muggle.
A muggle. Yeah, is that relevant? Yeah, it sure is.
Yes, it is, Dylan.
Absolutely.
Been relevant for a decade.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
I think we're about 5 deep at this stage.
Yeah. But Sam Worthington is at the height of his career right now. He's been in absolutely everything. Liam Neeson as Zeus is an awesome pick. You wouldn't pick anybody else.
Sorry, I've just got to call you out there.
Yeah.
Been in everything.
Yeah.
He only just broke through with Avatar last year. This is like his first big role, dude.
Haven't seen Tap Dogs? Tap Dogs is amazing.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we're talking locally here in Newcastle. No,
hey, that film was popular elsewhere, like Sydney.
It really pushed the coast, man.
Yeah.
No, but either way, just saying, Sam Worthington, this is him breaking through right now.
Yeah.
And can he carry a film? It sure fucking looks like it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it really does look like a hell of a
as we
time.
said, like with Avatar.
Yeah.
That was a fucking brilliant film. It was fucking... It broke boundaries, that fucking film. It looks amazing. From Jim Cameron as well.
It's the highest grossing film ever.
Yeah,
overtaking his own film,
yeah,
Titanic.
Titanic. Yeah, I don't think that'll ever be beaten, at least any time soon.
Oh, Avatar's going to run it forever.
Yeah. But Ralph Fiennes, Hades, of course, like that polar opposite between Liam Neeson and Ralph Fiennes, like fucking stellar cast,
absolutely
amazing looking CGI, but I just think that it's going to be overbloated with a lot of CGI and gigantic monsters, which is usually a lot of fun. No, but we'll see.
Absolutely, and I still think it will be fun, but I think the key point you brought up first off the bat was correct. They revealed the Kraken as the biggest obstacle that Percy... I'm just going to call him Percy.
Call him Percy.
Yeah, that Percy's going to face, and that's probably the biggest issue because you're going to be I feel like you're going to be waiting the whole time in this film to get to that point because there's no way that's the first 15 minutes.
No way. The Kraken
whips out the Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken is the Greek mythology's version of Cthulhu, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And it would have been okay if Liam Neeson released the Kraken and you saw like a silhouette of it. But then they showed so much of it. Yeah. And you saw all of it and you saw somebody fighting up one of the tentacles and you're like, oh, okay, so I guess that's the big climax to the film. Yeah,
it's going to be a fairly typical action romp.
No, that's right.
I don't think that, it really depends. Like, I'm not really sure what to expect because this is a remake of Clash of the Titans, which came out however many years ago, starring
1981, if I'm not mistaken.
So a while ago.
Yeah, a solid 30 years ago now. Yeah. But with the Kraken point, it's basically the equivalent of if you've got your iPhone 3GS and you're watching a porno trailer and you watch it and then right at the end they show you the chick getting cum all over her. Yeah. It's like, well, I know it's going to be a white splurt. Why would I watch this thing?
Absolutely.
I was expecting a twist, like an M. Night Shyamalan level.
Then the hair gets all stiff just like Medusa.
Snake hair bitches, man. I swear. Trim them all. Trim them all. But either way, grand scheme of things, looking at the CGI, looking at the quality of the film itself, the acting, all of that, this is the big summer blowout, man.
It's got a massive budget behind it, and I think it's Legendary who's produced it. And Warner Brothers, they're distributing.
I'm not sure. Somebody can tell us in 10 years in the recap. We'll figure it out then. But either way, man. This is a big summer blowout, man. Looks like a hella good time. I can't see it being bad.
Listen, I'm sure it'll make its money back.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like these sort of...
It'll make more than that,
These Greek mythological films tend to go one way or another.
And I can... Yeah. And I'm all behind this being fully successful in the CGI and stuff. The technology we have now...
Yep.
In 2010, remember?
Yeah.
I reckon this is going to do well, man.
Okay.
Yeah, and I reckon
cool. Is this coming out in 3D? Sure it is. Everything's 3D. Yeah.
Funny you mentioned that, actually. It wasn't. But then apparently, just recently, the executives turned the whole fucking thing to 3D.
Okay, so we're not... So the thing
James
about Avatar...
Cameron and Sam Worthington.
Yeah. The thing about Avatar last year is that was filmed with 3D technology.
Yeah, of course.
This isn't. So it's going to be converted. So I think if you want to have this cinematic experience... for its intended purpose, go see it in regular.
Nah.
3D's all the rage.
All behind this, man. This is a popcorn flick, but in the best way ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all about this. All right, dude, you want to take it with the next one, man?
Let's do it. All right, so next up is Date Night.
Ooh.
In this serious action thriller, we see an innocent, boring couple get mixed up in a case of mistaken identity as they try to spice things up and take another couple's dinner reservation. But that couple, the Triple Horns, is wanted for theft by a mob boss. Oh no. Steve Carell and Tina Fey play the mixed-up couple with the mob as they turn in darkly inspiring performances and look to escape the terror of their date night, busting into theaters like a goofball walking into a glass door April 9th.
Yeah, man. Dead set. This looks intense.
I love
Stephen
Carell.
Yes.
And I love Tina Fey.
Yeah, try and lengthen that one.
I was about to say Anna Fey, but Tina Fey.
Yes.
Yeah. I think... it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
The surprise of James Franco and what's the other lady's name?
Oh, the other lady? I'm not sure.
James Franco's partner.
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis, yes. She's obviously popular from that 70s show.
Yeah, and Family Guy.
Mm-hmm, so she's been great in everything she's been in. She's been in a few things recently. She's been
serviceable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Date Night is that sort of your typical bumbly comedy. I know you said it was going down a serious road.
Yeah, sorry, just to clarify, people, I was playing a little prank there. Yeah. But no, it's a silly, stupid-looking comedy. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
But Steve Carell is perfect in these kind of roles. So absolutely. I think this is going to be a good time. Tina Fey is like one of the best comedic writers today.
Oh, fantastic.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the writing behind this, but I do know that her performances do come through with like everything she's in. So I think absolutely the dynamic between them two is really going to make for a good time. So yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Big fan of Steve Carell. He's like killing it on The Office right now, man.
Yeah,
has been for a few years now. And he's just evolved to the point where he has become like a draw card. You know?
Absolutely.
Like a big time draw card, you know, like started off with 40-Year-Old Virgin right around the same time as The Office. And in the last 5 years, he's just been slaying it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Also starring Mark Wahlberg in a very awkward situation.
Of course. Yeah, 100%. When you see your wife say, hey, I know one person who can help me. Oh, it's good that you remember that particular client. And then open up and there's Marky Mark all fucking ripped in that. Yeah. It's like, oh, yes, I see why you remembered it. All right, absolutely. Get a wet floor, son. Yeah. No, but seriously, man, like as in, I reckon the comedy was flowing in the trailer. It seemed good. I hope it's not a case of like the funniest parts are in the trailer as opposed to the full movie, which some films do, but but either way, man, I see this being a great time. Steve Carell and Tina Fey look like they have really good chemistry as well.
That's exactly what I was
saying.
That's
always a good point when it comes to these like duo comedy films.
They've both been around the block for a while, and they both have honed their craft to be that very average, happy-go-lucky human being playing jokes in semi-real world scenarios
just like,
and relatable comedy.
That's right.
And I think both of them are really professional in doing so, and them as a couple I think is the perfect match, so I'm definitely looking forward to Date Night.
Absolutely, man. This is second one off the blocks, big summer blowout, man. I'm all about this. If you want some action, head to Clash of the Titans, but otherwise you want some comedy.
If you're looking for that rom-com.
Exactly. This looks like a good
date
night film. I know. He's so clever.
The title of the film is aiming towards its target audience.
Oh, man, it's genius. And by the way, I hope we find out that the Triple Horns name is an alter ego.
Yeah.
I hope that's not a real
name.
The Triple Horns? Oh, boy, you've been to some swingers parties, that's for sure.
The kind of characters playing the Triple Horns.
That's right. James Franco and Mila Kunis.
That's right. But not only them, but their characters also definitely would have been into a few swingers parties from time to time.
Oh, 100%, man.
Yeah.
100%. I love that where they're wanted by a mob for theft by a huge mob boss, and they say, "You took our reservation? What kind of people are you?" It's fantastic. Yeah,
so
but no, I'm looking forward to
in
that, man. Yeah, absolutely. All right, next one off the rank, we have Death at a Funeral. Here comes Hollywood to potentially ruin a good thing. We'll see, but Chris Rock leads an all-star cast in this remake of a British classic from 2007 of the same name, Death at a Funeral. When Chris Rock's father passes, his family of wacky, kooky relatives gather together to pay respect to the fallen man. Only problem is there's drugs taken, hands stuck under handicapped people while they try and poop, and a little person looking to out their father as having a gay love affair. Whatever shall they do next? Crashing into theaters like a corpse from a coffin, April 16th.
I haven't seen the original, but I have a lot of respect for it. Directed by Frank Oz and has a stellar cast. For this to be a remake, I would think this is more of just an American reimagination.
Yeah.
Because the original was only a few years ago.
Exactly.
There's a lot of timely jokes in this, which I think are definitely suited to right now. Tracy Morgan is currently like I love Danny Glover, but I love seeing him in quirky old man roles, and I think that's what we're going to get from him from now on. I enjoy Chris Rock. I know he does a lot of sort of schlocky comedies as of late, but I think him as a leading man, and especially when he seems like he doesn't seem to be the joke deliverer in this film. He's more of the
he's the cue man. He's the one setting them up. Yeah,
that's right. Martin Lawrence as well. I really love fucking Martin Lawrence. So I reckon this is going to be if you can look past the fact that it's an American reimagination, I'm sure there'll be some laughs to have in it.
See, that's my problem. Yeah. Because I have seen... Did you know I worked at a video store a couple of years ago?
Did you?
Yeah, exactly. And Death at a Funeral, the British version.
I worked at Hungry Jack's.
Oh, nice, man. We should have hooked up with some burgers and movies. Yeah, exactly. But either way, man, no, like you said, the original directed by Frank Oz. Yeah. It's a classic, man. Absolutely classic. And that's the problem with my view of this film is I have seen that. Yeah. And I can see even in the trailer those jokes twisted and Americanized. Yeah. Now, I don't have a problem with it, but at the same time, why the fuck do they have to keep Americanizing these foreign things? Yeah. Just give it a nice big distribution and get it there.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well, that's the thing, though.
I know it's different cultures, but...
Yeah, sometimes like the British style of humor doesn't resonate to other countries, and especially with America, because here in Australia, we understand British humor. Yeah. Because it's our humor.
That's right.
We get it, but the American market obviously as well, and being considered an American black comedy, it obviously has a niche market. It's going to have those kind of jokes, based around race and being an African American in America, essentially, but... Yeah, like the jokes like I was laughing. James Marsden took some kind of hallucinogenic and was like tripping out the whole time. So you're going to have those slapstick elements as well.
But that particular thing, that happened in the British one. So
did it?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Even if you just compare the two movie posters, you've got James Marsden there, like everyone else is in black suits, and he's the clearly naked guy given. The devil horns and that. Yep. But then in the British version, you've got the guy who took the hallucinogenics. Yep. They're naked as well, and that was a plot point of that one. So
do you think this is going to be almost a carbon copy?
It can't be. It can't be because you heard the types of jokes. Yeah.
Well, that's true. Peter Dinklage is in this film, and he was in the original.
He reprises the exact same role. Yeah. As the other one. The love affair with the little person. Yeah, that's the exact same thing from the British version. Yeah, exactly. That's right. So I don't know if it's going to be in good taste trying to adjust those jokes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think there's only one way to find out, and that's to see it. And if you like these kind of slapstick black comedies, American black comedies, I think it's going to be the film for you.
No, but even ignoring the black comedy element of it, I've seen the original, so I know the humor that it's capable of. Yeah. And I'm capable enough to adjust my thinking from, British to American, African-American, humor. Yeah. So I think there's still potential for it. Yeah. I really do. It just depends how much is carbon copy and how much is adjusted.
Well, that's it. Like it won't fly so well if the carbon copy isn't as good. Exactly. And if the original content doesn't quite work either.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It'll really be strange to see how
time will tell, man. Time will tell. We'll find out this month.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think, though, Big Summer Blunder?
I'm going to say Big Summer...
Okay, you're in between.
I'm very in between. I'm not sure how to take it.
Okay.
It's going to come down to how the humor is adjusted.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What about you?
I don't know. I think, as I said, I haven't seen the original. I think
that's probably a benefit.
It's going to appease those people who aren't looking to think. It's going to be like the typical popcorn comedies.
But I do think there was some really good jokes in the trailer.
Yeah.
But as I said about Date Night, hopefully they didn't chuck all the good ones in.
Well, that's right. Yeah, the rest of the film might be a really serious, funeral.
Exactly. Yeah.
Based sort of idea.
Maybe this is a drama. Maybe we're looking at an Oscar next year for Chris Rock. Fuck you, Jeff Bridges. Chris Rock is coming to take that throne.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock, eat your heart out.
Yeah. Speaking of Oscar
Peter
winners,
Dinklage is on his way.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next on the list,
get into it.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Have you ever wondered, hey, maybe I could be a superhero? No, you haven't? Good. That means you're sane. Yay! But if you ever did want to be a superhero and had no powers, here comes the blueprint to that experience. We follow a teenager who actually asks himself this question and follows through and becomes a crime fighter, Kick-Ass. He takes the world by storm and spawns his own legion of fans and copycats, with Nick Cage playing Big Daddy and Chloe Grace Moretz as Hit Girl. And yes, she is about 12 years old, starring in this brutal action film. Looks like everything is coming up Millhouse for them, unless Mark Strong has anything to say about it. Bursting into theaters like a henchman's skull, April 16.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I said that in one go.
Yeah. Yay! I've been waiting 10 years for you to get that right. But, my lord, man.
Holy cow. I love the films that riff on the superhero genre.
Oh, yeah.
And especially ones that take them a little bit more serious. It's not... What was that one that came out? Not another...
No, superhero movie.
Superhero movie. That's the one I'm thinking of.
That came out when I worked at the video store.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Garbage.
2008. Oh, it was... Yeah, that had Drake Bell from Jake and Josh in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Dude,
but this is
woeful.
It's another, like, as we said, it's like another strange comedy, but in the sense that it's taken it a little bit to the next level where, like, what would happen if this was a real situation? And Nick Cage looks like he's playing some kind of Batman-esque character.
I know.
And his daughter.
How did they get away with that? Because this isn't a comic studio that's producing this. This is like a film studio. I believe it's Universal, but
it is based on a comic book though, which was previously published by Marvel. Yeah, so they have their comparisons.
But even then, Batman, DC, Marvel, Big Daddy, like
but like I know, like people may not be familiar with this, but there's two characters, Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is a part of the DC universe.
Okay, never mind that. Let's not get down that rabbit hole because that sounds confusing as fuck. Yeah. But taking this film as a grain of salt, holy shit, man, I am all for this. This looks awesome, and I don't think you should compare it to superhero movie. Because superhero movie was a slapstick comedy. This looks like it's gonna be brutal, man. It's got a hard R American rating, so it's gonna be MA for us, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's gonna be some fucking violence in this, and it looks nutty.
Yeah, I love Mark Strong. He gets to play a villain.
Dude, he's so good. He's gonna be a big solo star one day. Like,
one day.
Headlining movies, man.
For sure, without a bloody doubt. But Nick Cage, too, looks like he's playing that quirky kind of character, having a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the up-and-comers, Aaron Johnson and Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yeah, no.
Haven't seen them in anything before, but they look like they're having fun with it.
But you do have the veteran, basically, now, Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's been around since Superbad back in 05. Like, Jesus, man. And he's been picking up these roles, and he looks great as Red Mist.
Red Mist, he sprains his ankle when he jumps off the garbage bin.
He's like, Kick-Ass, Red Mist. Jumps off a skip bin, like, so only a meter tall, and that fucking hurt. That fucking hurt.
That's right, So directed and produced by Matthew Vaughn and Brad Pitt.
Hopefully it's one of the producers. Kid who was in my class in year 10.
What a son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not.
Yeah, very good. So we can go watch this film now. It does look like a hell of a good time. I love these kind of styled films where, as we said earlier, it's not your typical superhero where they have superpowers. They're just their average guy finding tools, making a dumb costume, trying to come up with a name, and going out and trying to crime fight. Yeah. I like that concept, and I think this film is going to do it well. I can't wait to see this.
No, dude, this honestly looks so freaking good, man. Yeah. It looks awesome as an action. It looks awesome as a superhero film, and it looks pretty damn good as a comedy as well.
Yeah. It crosses all the boxes for me.
This seems to tick all the boxes, man. And I'm looking forward to trying to see Christopher Mintz-Plasse actually fight people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious about. Like, surely he has to have a weapon.
He
like
looks
a brutal weapon, because there's no way he's going to actually physically fight someone.
Well, maybe that's the kind of thing. Like, as we said earlier, like, it looks like he's influencing the people around him to try the same thing. So maybe he influences the wrong kind of people and they get hurt. I don't know.
That's exactly right. Maybe old McLovin's going to get himself in a bit of trouble.
That's right. Yeah.
But either way, man, this is a big summer blowout to me. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see this. I love these kind of films, and I can't wait for it to come out. So I'll definitely be there opening day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's hit them with the last one for the list for April of this year, which is 2010.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A Nightmare on fucking Elm Street.
Yeah. Where'd this come from?
I know. Another remake, Hollywood? Really? Wait. It's a horror remake. Okay, I'm back. Wait. Michael Bay is producing?
That's the first thing I noticed in the trailer.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, for those living under a rock, we have a new imagining of world-renowned kitty fiddler, Freddy Krueger. When Freddy is murdered by the parents of kids he has done wrong by, they think it's over, but it is far from over. Years later, the scarred and burned Freddy is back for vengeance. There's only one rule for the kids he wants to torture: don't fall asleep. Otherwise, some creepy twins are going to come sing at you, or he will slash you open and use your intestines as drapes.
Yeah.
One of the two. Cutting into theaters like a knife glove through hot butter. April 30th.
I thought you were going to say hot bubbles, because he tends to put his hand through bath bubbles a lot.
That's right. He does. They've just immediately copied that from all of the prequels.
I hope if this film is a direct copy of the first film, that they have the very infamous end scene where the dummy gets dragged through the window.
Right, and they have to do it that quickly and make it look like a very obvious blow-up doll.
And you can certainly tell. Yeah, I love that scene.
Anyway, man, that's so great.
Listen, the first thing I noticed about this trailer is that produced by Michael Bay. And he's done some entertaining things in the past, but
this is not his forte.
It's not directing, though. It's just producing. So it may have his fingerprint all over it, but from the trailer, from the style and the color grading and how dark and kind of the colors that they used within the trailer, and the way that they're portraying Freddy Krueger in those scenes in the trailer where he's kind of hidden in the dark, the silhouette, you don't really get a good look at him just yet. And they do reveal a bit of the origin about him. Yeah. I am looking forward to this. I think this is going to be entertaining. I think this is going to be good.
The only light in my light...
The only light in your light is a light...
There's a 40-watt
lighter
bulb.
than light.
No, the only thing that is making me have any kind of positive perception to this is that last year's Friday the 13th by Michael fucking Bay...
I fucking hate that movie.
I was okay with it.
I was
okay with it, so the only thing that worries me is in the Friday the 13th remake from last year, they tried
got the guy from Supernatural in it, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think it's like the only film he's done that's not Supernatural.
Yeah.
But the only reason I'm skeptical, positively, maybe it's got a chance, is they need to avoid the trap of what they did with that Friday the 13th and cram the first 4 fucking movies into one. That just ruined that for me.
Because the original Friday the 13th wasn't Jason, it was his mother.
No, but they had that for the first 15 minutes of the remake.
Oh, that's right.
They tried to cram the first 4 movies into that one, and it just was like, okay, I get it, but I mean, could you not? So if they do that here, dead. Yeah. I'll walk out of the theaters if they do one movie in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
But there is a chance,
I want to see Freddy Krueger send the kids into a dumb video game and he can sit back in a chair giggling, laughing while he plays like the Super Nintendo. What was that from? Like Nightmare on Elm Street?
Was that Dream Warriors?
I can't remember. I just remember watching it and being like, this is fucking dumb.
Well, no, my favorite one was Dream Warriors, where he said, "You want to be on fucking TV?" and like slammed her fucking head into there.
He became the TV.
Exactly. Oh, it's
those films were so creative, but that's the thing. That's what made those films so unique and fun. After they had their kind of more serious horror elements.
That's right.
Sometimes films like Evil Dead, they start out as serious and then they move into the comedic sort of realm.
Yeah, drips and drabs of it along the way.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be, it's going to try and at least be a respectful return to the more serious No comedy, no bullshit, Nightmare on Elm Street. Jackie Earl Haley, I think he looks really good to play Krueger. Not that we've really had a good look at him yet.
I'm all about Robert Englund, man. Like,
I get that.
I'm going to miss seeing that face because it's so iconic. But it, as weird as it looks, seeing a Freddy that isn't actually Robert Englund as Freddy, I will say the burns look more realistic in the one little glimpse that we've had so far.
And the voice. I love the voice.
It didn't sit well with me.
Okay.
There's so many things that I'm like, yay, oh. I am so on the fence. If I was, which one was it about? Death at a Funeral. Yeah. If I was Big Summer Blah, this is a Big Summer Blah.
I can get that from you. I was about to ask you, like, where is it going? Yeah.
I really don't know, man. But it has potential if it takes it seriously, but also it may be missing those goofy elements that Freddy used to bring, because that was fun. Like, I mean, even in the first one, when he's walking down the street and his arms are fucking 20 foot long and he's like...
They look like those instruments. What are they?
Accordions.
Accordions. They look like accordions.
Yeah. But like, as in that kind of thing, that kind of thing that makes you let your guard down a little bit, and you're like, Freddy's terrorizing this poor girl, and you just have a little... and then next minute you're like, oh, shit.
The whole thing about Freddy is that he can be perceived in your dreams in any way he wants.
Yeah,
so he can shapeshift to anything he wants.
See, that's the thing. They may be saving it for the film, but in the trailer, it was all just straight up, Freddy, I'm coming to fuck you up. Like, there was no, like, shape-shifting or anything.
That's why I think that, like, I mean, if they were to go down the silly slapstick kind of, he can change forms or whatever else, they may be doing a disservice to the originals, because those ones did it with practical effects and special effects of the time. Nowadays, being obviously we've just had fucking Avatar, as we mentioned earlier.
That's right.
Like, computer generation can do just about anything, so they may take away from that. So hopefully they stick to practical effects. Yep. They use the makeup, the torn shirt, the hat, the claw, and they do what they can with it. I'm looking forward to this. Okay. I love modern reimaginations of classic horrors. You just spit on my microphone.
No.
Glenn, 20 of that afterwards. Anyway.
Righto. But anyway,
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, no. That's understandable, man. But I'm on the fence right now. But we'll see what happens, okay?
Cool. I'm going to say Big Summer Blowout.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, he's that keen. All right. Yeah. No, that's fair, man. All right. Well, that has been a wonderful slate of films that we have coming out April 2010.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this month. So, man, you want to hit that button and
ready
just see where it takes us?
Future? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Marty. All right. Whoa. Yep, I got a Fitbit. It must be 2020.
Yeah, right. They weren't around in 2010. All right,
here we are, ladies and gentlemen, back in the present. And what a wonderful journey we just had. A very good variance of films, lots to choose from in that, and lots to discuss. So let's get into the blast from the past.
Recap.
The rewind recap, as I call it, just so I know what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get into Clash of the Titans at first.
Yep.
Distributed by Warner Brothers, they were banking on lead Sam Worthington's new value as a bankable leading talent after his breakthrough in the previous year's Avatar, splashing a cool $125 million on this film. Fortunately for them, it paid off, returning a lovely $493.2 million. But the success stops there. The film was absolutely destroyed by critics with lovely ratings of 5.8 on IMDb and an awful 27% on Rotten Tomatoes, and earning itself 2 Golden Raspberry Awards.
Yeah, so this film didn't do well.
Yeah.
At all, apart from financially. Financially was fine because people were intrigued. Even the sequel, Wrath of the Titans, that was worse. I don't mind Clash of the Titans after subsequent viewings. Just going like, okay, it's a dumb take on mythological Greek, mythology essentially, and I love the idea of Liam Neeson as Zeus and Ralph Fiennes as Hades. That's awesome.
No.
But
outside of that, man, I mean, when you literally say to the actors, hey, stand in front of this green screen, we got it covered. Yeah. Dude, you're going to have problems, man. And it had so many problems. Yeah.
And if you spoil half of the film and all of the baddies in the trailer.
I will say they might not have fucked up with that because this is $125 million into $493. So it still made bank, but that didn't help the quality of the film.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the big problem. Financially, it deserved a sequel. I mean, it really did. If you're looking at the numbers, it really did deserve a sequel. As we discussed on Wednesday, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, not a great film, but it deserves a sequel based purely on dollary dues. And this one did as well. But I mean, it's not going to save the fact that it was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Simple as that. So that sucks for that film, but they made their money. So and Sam Worthington showed that he cannot hold up a film by himself.
Absolutely. He can just sit back and enjoy that money and go, I don't care if people like this
enjoy the Avatar money.
For the next 1,000 years.
I was going to say the way they're, maybe we'll be doing a blast for the past to Avatar 1 at some point soon because it's been that fucking long.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, take it away with the next one.
Before we move on to the next one, we've hit that 30-minute mark. This podcast is sponsored this week by Gun Gear and Graphics.
Gun Gear and Graphics, that's right. Tyler over at Gun Gear and Graphics. If you're a business or a YouTuber or a gamer or somebody like that who has social media platforms and wants a new design, not just for social media, but also merchandise and things of that nature, hit up Gun Gear and Graphics. Find him on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep, at Gun Gear and Graphics. You'll find it all there. Links are below.
Yes.
If you've noticed our overhaul, our makeover here at 2C3 Pod, new logos, new merchandise, everything's fresh and new now.
Oh, yeah.
All contracted out to Gun Gear and Graphics, and we'll be working with him in the future. So definitely hit him up if you're looking for that kind of stuff for your business. Doesn't have to be a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer like we do or anything like that. No. If you're a local business, small business of any kind, and you're looking
bands.
If you're looking for album art or just logo designs, just like 2C3 Pod here, hit up Gun Gear and Graphics. But not only that, nothing but 5-star reviews on Facebook.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's been very busy, so he's got a lot of clients, but the return on your product is really good, and you can work with Gun Gear and Graphics to get the design you want. If there's something you want to change about it, he will certainly work with you with what you want. But not only that, he doesn't just provide digital graphic art.
Yeah.
He also provides local wrestlers, pro wrestlers, with custom-made attire.
Not just it's custom-made because he actually, by hand, makes everything himself. Sewing machine, all the prints, everything. It's friggin' outstanding work. I've seen it in person myself. And we wouldn't be preaching to you about the quality of work if we didn't use him ourselves. So like Dylan said, our new logo, Gun Gear and Graphics. Our new cover photo on Facebook, Gun Gear and Graphics.
Absolutely. Our Patreon sticker, Gun Gear and Graphics.
Exactly. That's right. I edit these videos, so I'll flash them up right here. Look at that brand new logo. Look at that brand new cover photo. Look at that Gun Gear and Graphics logo. It's all outstanding work, so make sure to hit him up and support a local artist.
Absolutely. Head all to the links below and get yourself some stuff.
Sure, Tyler. But anyway, take it away with the next one, Bilbo.
Okay, the next one on the list is Date Night.
Of course.
Okay, 20th Century Fox banked on this comedy's success behind us two fantastic ladies, as we said, in this all-star cast to boot, flopping out a healthy comedy budget of $55 million for the film.
For a comedy.
Definitely paychecks, for sure.
Yeah.
The film fared well, returning $152 million at the box office. The film fared well, average across the board, with a 6.3 on IMDb and a 66% on Rotten Tomatoes. You have that in there twice.
No, I don't, actually. There's a slight change there.
The film has fared well.
Yay.
Okay. See? I just read it as it is.
Anyway, the film has fared well.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you going to read the rest of it?
Yeah, I just did. Okay, so
all of it.
Jim Vajoda. How do I say that?
Jim Vajoda.
Jim Vajoda of ING gave the film 3 out of 5 stars, saying Date Night suggests a lot of comedic possibilities, but it never quite capitalizes on all of these setups. Despite these shortcomings, the film still manages to be a lot of fun. So yeah, average at best.
Yeah, and that's really how it did turn out, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, going back and looking at the trailer, it looked way more funny than I remember it to be.
I haven't seen it.
I have.
But I remember seeing the trailer. This is a memory from back then. I remember
literally 10 years ago.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer and seeing the moment where Steve Carell, like they're being held at gunpoint in an alley, and
of course
he turns the gun sideways and he goes, "That's a kill shot." I distinctly remember that sticking in my brain after all these years, and I remember thinking, this film looks funny. I like it when Steve Carell, your average Joe man, is in pickle situations like this, and I'm going to see this. And I do love Tina Fey. I still haven't seen it.
Really?
Nope.
Yeah, it's worth a watch, dude.
Yeah,
it is.
I would
good
put it up there with something like Crazy Stupid Love. That's a fantastic rom-com film with Steve Carell that I saw the trailers for and thought, you know what, that'll be a good time. Didn't watch it until recently, and I think that's one of my favorite comedies.
It's fantastic. Yeah. But I went and saw that in the theaters, dude.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. I went on a date. God, who the fuck was that with? I don't know. But either way, man.
No need to mention.
No, exactly. But either way, man, Crazy Stupid Love, just quick sidebar.
Yeah.
I didn't expect when I sat down in the movies for it to go for about 2.5 hours. It's a long movie, but it is totally worth it.
Yep.
But Date Night, as we're here to talk about, it was good. But it was kind of a case of funniest moments in the trailer.
Okay.
There was some more leading up to it and stuff. And like there was some more throughout that earned a watch for you now in today's current climate. But yeah, it's one that's come and gone. It made its money and on their way.
So if I'm putting two films side by side and it's about a couple who are your average Joe couple and they get into a pickle adventure situation, would I rather watch Date Night or Game Night?
Well, I know how much you love Game Night.
So I fucking love Game Night.
Game Night because of the ensemble cast like being so together.
Yeah.
Date Night, if you want to see these two guys basically be front and center the whole time and then they stumble upon these people along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean I shouldn't check it out. Definitely check out Date Night.
Exactly. Yeah. Date Night is it's fun. It's fun for what it is. You know?
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the third one, we have Death at a Funeral. Screen Gems Films really didn't live up to their name with this remake of the 2007 British film of the same name. They gave it a modest $21 million budget and it didn't blow anyone away with $49 million in return.
Yeah.
The film across the board seemed unnecessary. Sitting with an rating of 5.7 on IMDb and 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. The only critic I found, could find...
Hi, Dylan.
Yeah, man, dude, what is up with that? The only critic I could find that enjoyed the film is one Roger Ebert, saying he's the best comedy since The Hangover. A lot of Death at the Funeral is in very bad taste. That's when I laughed the most.
This is why you shouldn't trust reviews. And like everything is completely subjective on every single level. People go Robert Eggers or whatever, and they go Ebers. They take his word as gospel. But then there are some flops which he goes, yeah, it's pretty good. And then there's others which are amazing where he goes, oh, well, it didn't quite stand the test of whatever.
Dude, there's more to come in the next one that you'll read, and it is exactly flippity flop.
Oh, there you go.
Death at a Funeral, unnecessary film. Like, America should not have done this. Hollywood should not have done this.
Just left it alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's responsible for this film? Is it Chris Rock or somebody else?
Like, as in the singular person who decided to do this? I don't know.
Because usually it's up to like one person who goes, you know what, I'm going to produce this thing. Because Chris Rock did produce it.
He did.
So that could be...
I feel like it was probably him. I could totally imagine him watching the British version and going, that's fucking hilarious. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And he probably did. And that's fine. But at the same time, $20 million, $49 million, you barely made $1 there.
Dude, that's lost because not only that, but you got your $29 million budget and then you have marketing costs on top of that.
Exactly.
And then your return is $49. Everybody would have made $1 in comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's exactly right. And basically, it's just another lesson of, okay, some adaptations from Britain to America work, a la The Office. That was very successful and became way bigger than the original.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, they tried to do that with the IT crowd. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, with Joel McHale. And
they made the pilot and it never got past that.
I saw that and I thought, this is carbon copy and it's terrible.
Exactly.
Because what's his name? Who's the Irish guy that's in the IT crowd, the original series?
I don't know his name off the top of my head.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
If you asked me 5 years ago, I would have known it because I fucking love the IT crowd.
Yeah.
I watched the American version. It's weird the fact that the American version of the IT crowd, it's like they filmed it in the exact same studio.
Yeah.
Everything is identical. Even the guy with the big puffy hair. I can't even think of his name right now.
Yeah, no.
But did you ever check out the American Kath and Kim?
Him, exactly. I knew that's where this was going.
We've talked about this many drunken nights before.
Why the fuck would they think that transferring directly to America would be funny?
Yeah.
It's two completely different cultures.
Yeah, that's right.
America's not as funny as us. It's and this was just another perfect example, Death at a Funeral, as to you should have just left the classic alone.
Yep.
This one exists, but calm down. We will always have the original, and I do recommend you watch it.
Okay.
You love British humor?
I do.
You love British satire?
Yeah.
This is the original's it, man.
Okay.
2007 Death at a Funeral.
I've heard nothing but
fantastic.
good things about it. I've heard about these Death at a Funeral films.
Plus, it's got that
just
dude
never sat there and watched them.
It's got that dude, like the British guy who was in My Best Mate's Wedding.
Oh,
that guy.
The guy who kind of looks like the guy who played Shaggy.
Exactly.
He was in Scream.
He's the one who's on drugs.
That is the guy.
He's the one who gets naked and is on drugs. He's fucking hilarious, man.
And My Best Mate's Wedding is a great
crossover
between British and Australian humour.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the motherland getting back together with the naughty children.
And Olivia Newton-John, fair enough, she's in like her 70s in that film, and she wants to do a rack of coke. She's hot as fuck in that movie.
She really is, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
I swear we've talked about this before.
We have in our personal life, pre-podcast era. But Death at a Funeral is fantastic. The original, the remake, just steer clear, pretend it doesn't exist, move along, Dylan.
Cool, all right. Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Probably my favourite on the list, for sure.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Universal Pictures had themselves a diamond in the rough with this gritty, dirty take on comic book films. Gifted a nice $30 million budget, it did well for itself, earning a cool $96 million at the box office. The film was highly praised by most, sitting with a nice 6.7 on IMDb.
No, 7.6.
7.6 on IMDb, nearly did it again. And 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. Every critic review I read was positive, except for our good friend Robert Ebert. He found the film highly offensive. Highly offensive and morally reprehensible, giving it 1 out of 4 stars. Grow up, Roger.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're talking about exact swippity swaps there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Death at a Funeral, the remake, he's like, funniest movie since Hangover. That's basically 12 months, but still, like, you're saying that's comedy of the year. And then you get to Kick-Ass, which is genuinely a fucking fantastic film.
Yeah.
It is gritty, it is dark, it tells a great story, and it is fucking funny.
I don't know how it's morally reprehensible.
Exactly. I know. There was more to the review that I read, but he was like Chloe Grace Moretz, like, you know, being 12 and like saying cunt.
No. Yeah. Guess what? Every 12-year-old since the 1950s has sworn like a fucking old drunken sailor.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's saying that's morally reprehensible and that. But I mean, The Hangover, which was the funniest movie since Death at a Funeral, like, you know, vice versa, whatever.
Yeah.
That had like drunk dudes wandering around with a fucking baby.
Yeah.
Like, but that's cool.
With their dicks out.
Exactly, that's right. But that's like fucking hilarious. But this was terrible. Like,
Kick-Ass was an amazing action film. It was funny. It was relatable because it not only told the story of someone who wanted to be a superhero, like everybody who's ever read a comic book or seen a movie.
Exactly.
But it also shows the story of what would kind of happen if you did. Mm-hmm. And then obviously it unravels that there's this underbelly of other heroes as well. And Nick Cage's character, very brutal in this film, especially.
Dude, and the ending with him as well. Like, it's like, fuck, man.
It's
like,
hard
we're here in 2020 and Kick-Ass is now officially 10 years old. If you haven't seen it yet, get on it, man.
Yeah.
And like you said, like teased when we were back in April 2010, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, this was him coming out, man.
Yeah. Well, both of them.
Yeah.
Chloe Grace Moretz as well.
Not only that, man. Fucking Evan Peters just chilling there.
Yeah.
Evan Peters is like the dude now. Yeah. And there he is just like playing a gawky teenager. Like, it's fantastic, man.
Yeah,
I really, really want to rewatch this right now.
And you know what? I like the second one just as much, if not more.
Yeah.
Because it just ups the ante in every perceivable way, but in a good way. And Jim Carrey is awesome in a role that he wasn't comfortable in.
Chris Mintz-Plasse was in the second as the main.
He's the main villain.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so Red Mist. Yeah, because I remember the end of Kick-Ass 1, and he's like, "I will get you," and
and that's what makes it so good because he's such a fucking geek.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then he turns into this like ultra crime lord boss. It's great.
But Evan Peters, famously known for as Quicksilver, Quicksilver.
Yeah.
But Aaron Taylor Johnson, also famously known for in that one movie.
Yeah, Quicksilver in Avengers, not Endgame, the first one.
No, second one, Age of Ultron.
Yeah, so the Age of Ultron. Oh, right.
First one's just the Avengers with Loki, and then there's Age of Ultron.
I thought he died in the like Avengers movies at the end, like one of those first ones.
He did, the second one. The end of the second one.
Oh, right. Yep. Cool. I'm with you now.
Yeah, he saves
his sister,
Hawkeye, and his sister.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, so Kick-Ass is great, and it did well for itself. Also, fun little fact, I don't have it written down here, but I found out second most downloaded film for 2010 illegally behind Avatar. Literally. So the most illegally downloaded Avatar, of course.
Yeah.
And then this
Kick-Ass.
one. Yeah.
So that goes to show that would have been just as popular. It's just the fact that it was probably a lot more people who couldn't go to the movies and at a time when downloading illegally was at its peak, because this was before Netflix was around, but it was like a really weird internet digital DVD posting service.
Yeah, exactly.
But this was heavily. This is the saving grace of streaming. You know, I'm about to do this. Yeah, the saving grace of streaming is that it allows revenue as minuscule as it is, allowed to be funneled back into the producers of entertainment, 100%. Even though it doesn't make them anywhere near as much as it would if everybody just bought everything outright.
Yeah,
it does allow money to be filtered back in. So hopefully this movie has made some of its money back in popularity and
definitely.
in DVD sales now.
That's definitely why it deserved the sequel.
And streaming costs. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix and Amazon and all those things anytime
Exactly, that's right. But either way, kick-ass. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
All right, last one that we had for April 2010 was the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah.
Now, New Line Cinema and Michael Bay's production company, Platinum Dunes, poured a respectable $35 million into this 2010 remake of the classic horror franchise.
Yep.
Its box office results were a success, with it bringing in $115.6 million worldwide. Yes, that does make it the most successful Nightmare on Elm Street film ever, but it is also one of the most critically panned. The lowest rating of the week on IMDb with a 5.2 and an abysmal 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. The consensus is in, and every review panned the film, the only saving grace being that directing and Jackie Earle Haley's performance were praised occasionally. Oh, wait, it was the 2011 winner. Oh, sorry, I just butchered my last line of the whole segment.
Excellent.
Oh, wait, it was the 2011 winner of Best Horror Film at the People's Choice Awards.
Yeah.
Lol.
Yeah. So, you look at this now, 10 years later, and Chapter 1 was the highest grossing R-rated horror film ever to date. Grossing...
Wait. No. I think you misunderstood. That was the most successful Nightmare on Elm Street film ever.
But what I'm saying is, like, you look at the cost between an old franchise being rebooted then and now. This earned, from a $35 million budget, $115 million ain't bad, but in comparison to today's numbers...
I feel like that's Dr. Sleep numbers from last year.
Yeah.
Like, that looks roughly like what Dr. Sleep did, and that was a huge failure.
The only difference between Dr. Sleep and this is that a lot of people really fucking love Dr. Sleep and feel it was undeserving of the flack that it got. But listen,
dude, don't try and make me like it.
No, I'm not going to, but I will say that I find enjoyment in this film.
That's fair. I find enjoyment in seeing one of my favorite horror icons on the big screen in a different way.
For me, this is probably a lot like watching RoboCop 2014.
Yeah.
A reimagining, a retelling of an original character from the 80s. However, I liked both of these retellings simply because I'm like, they're giving it a go of a franchise or a character that I've known and loved my entire life.
That's right.
I'm going to take whatever I can get. Yeah. If it's no good, another one will come many years later.
Exactly.
And if it's no good, they'll go, you know what? Let's just make a sequel to the originals.
Yeah.
Robert Englund has expressed his interest over the years in doing it, but he definitely won't.
No, and not at this stage with him being basically 80 plus now, I think.
I think he's retired the character, but like, I think... didn't he want to return to this film?
He did, but then he gave his blessing. Like, he did want to return. Well, it wasn't like, I want to. It was literally a case of him saying, hey, I'm available. You're not going this direction. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But I think it would have been awesome to have him return. Oh. Even with the same plot. Just to have him under the makeup, doing the voice, doing the mannerisms would have been awesome.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, I'm not sure whether he could have taken it as seriously as Jackie Earle Haley did.
No.
You know what I mean? He's been through, how many did he end up doing? 10, I think. And every single one has comedy all over it.
This would be like Doug Bradley returning to Hellraiser.
Exactly.
Yep. It would be too much.
Yeah.
Too similar to the original for it to work. But in saying that, this film, on the grand scheme of things, didn't work in the end.
No, that's exactly right.
So maybe that would have been its saving grace. But as I said, I think the film does a very bland story of Freddy Krueger very well. The very cut and dry, hey, he gets killed because he's a kitty fiddler, and then he comes back to haunt the kids of the parents. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Typical story, very sort of generic for Freddy Krueger.
I will point out as well, this was the first one to actually insinuate that Freddy touched kids.
Yeah.
The other ones was all about kid murdering.
That's right.
It was kid torturing and kid murdering. Like, he was a kid killer for all of Nightmare on Elm Street, and then this one comes along and it's like, nah, he touched them.
Yeah.
He touched their
doodles. It goes that extra level deep, doesn't it?
He touched their noo-noos and frippies, man.
Yeah, don't do that. You're such a dad.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for taking that journey with us back to April 2010. We hope you enjoyed the ride in YASSS or PASSST, Blast from the Past.
Absolutely. We will see you next Friday with another something rather, whether we decide if trailers come out.
I'll let you know, dude. Friday's my baby. I'll let you know what we do.
Absolutely. But I'll certainly let you know of whatever news and things come out next Wednesday. But if you've just listened to this podcast and or watched it on YouTube, head back to Wednesday's episode as well. We've got a full stacked episode there talking all about Hellraiser and Quibi and God knows what else, Venom too.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of anal bead talk.
There was. For about 30 seconds there was anal beads.
Actually, it was probably about 4, but we'll just say there's a hot...
beads. Anal.
Ooh.
Beads. Yes, that has been our show, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know about you, but I'm hungry.
Absolutely. You can find us, though, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at 2C3Pod.
That's right, and wherever you're listening to, thank you so much for your support. Make sure it's on your preferred platform, Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and, of course, YouTube, Big Summer Blow. But we are available fucking everywhere, okay? Every single podcast app that I've downloaded and checked, we're there.
Absolutely.
We are there. And right now, Apple Podcasts, we on the charts, boy.
Yeah, we're on the charts.
Entertainment
we're at the top.
news.
What's our number? Number 53?
We were 51 as of this recording right now. So we want to be top 50 by the end of the week. And you
how can they do that? Yeah.
You can do that by heading to Apple Podcasts, finding 2C3 Pod, giving us a nice little tasty review, 5 stars, thank you very much, please, and leave a little comment. Simple as that. Whack a few downloads there, on your way.
Absolutely.
On your way.
Other ways you can support the show, though, if you do want to do that, as well as leaving us a nice little review on Apple and Stitcher and wherever else, that you can support the show over at tpublic.com, redbubble.com, and or Patreon as well. But if you go over to those websites and get yourself some merch,
of course,
brand new designs, all written up by Gun Gear and Graphics. Thank you very much for our sponsor this week for helping us out with all of that.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, all the new merch is there, ready, available. But Patreon,
exactly.
We have 3 very affordable tiers and 3 legendary subscribers right now that we do have to shout out to.
Absolutely. We have Alice, of course, thank you. Courtney, of course, thank you. And Juan Michael making a return. Thank you very much for my lack of improvisational skills, but yes,
absolutely.
I appreciate that all of you very much. And if that doesn't sound like a cup of tea, hey, we've got PayPal. Yeah. We've got PayPal, twoscompany3podcast@gmail.com, not just for donations and dollary dues, but also business inquiries. If you want to hit us up, maybe cross-promote something like we're doing with Gun Gear and Graphics right now, hey, twoscompany3podcast@gmail.com.
Or Facebook and Instagram or Twitter. Send us a message.
At 2C3Pod.
Absolutely. Yes, but guess what?
What?
New podcasts every week, every Wednesday and Friday. 2 episodes every bloody week. That's a hell of a lot. That's a hell of a lot of podcasts.
Twice a week?
That's like 4 hours of podcast that we do every single week.
4 hours of podcast every single week, and then you got 4 hours of YouTube content as well.
Yeah.
YouTube, make sure to head there, subscribe, and ring the bell. My God, we have given you hours of content. So hours.
Yeah.
We are so close to 100 episodes as well, dude.
Yeah, we're up to 87. No, 86.
86. This is 86 right now. Okay. Nutty. Yes. Absolutely nutty.
Absolutely nutty. Well, leave us a comment down below wherever you are. Let us know what you want us to do for our 100th episode. Let's see if we can get something going here. Let us know if there's any particular movies or a particular... Yeah. Fatagram?
I was thinking it, but... yeah, but anyway, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, we got new videos out on YouTube every week, but also we are Twitch subscribed. So head over to twitch.tv/Dylan at 2C3Pod. Shut up, don't even hear that. Links are all down below if you want to watch us do some streaming, of course.
Not just Dylan, I'm also Twitch subscribed. Head on over to twitch.tv/Mitchell_TCTP if you want to see a grown 28-year-old man play Fortnite and lose.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, very much for tuning in. Thank you for headbutting that microphone, Mitchell. My name is Dylan, and as mentioned, always with my co-host.
If I can spit on it, I can headbutt it.
Yeah.
Mitchell, and we are Two's Company, and you are the podcast.
Ready.
I cannot reach.
I cannot reach.
Yeah. Did you put the music in the end of the Wednesday before?
Yes, but I didn't check it.
Okay. It's fine if it's not.
Yeah.
We improv'd quite well. What are you doing?
Oh, wait. What am I doing? I asked you the question.
You're lucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around to the end of the show. I was literally about to read that card, realising that it was not my turn to read the card. Let's see if I can hold up my end of the scale.
That's right, little scorecard update. I got mine right on Wednesday. Yeah, back in the game. 8 of 17, and Dylan is 9 of 16, looking to push out to more. Anyway,
let's do it.
In the movie Snatch.
Nah.
Oh, okay. What's the name of Turkish prize fighter who's knocked out by Mickey the Picky?
Okay, thanks for listening, everybody.
Mikey the Pikey.
Mikey the Bikey?
No, Mikey the Pikey, Mickey the Picky. I cannot remember how it's pronounced. Please don't kill me.
Snatch? Is that Dwayne Johnson?
No.
What am I thinking of?
No. Snatch is Guy Ritchie. Vinnie Jones.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. No.
No?
Nope.
It's Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George.
That's right. Catching up, Dilber.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Leave those reviews, please.
Hey, thanks for checking out that video of Two's Company 3's a podcast. We really appreciate it. Wasn't it really something? Why don't you drop a comment down below while you're still here on what you thought about that video. And once you're done, go check out the next video. Feel free to hit subscribe as well. I think it'll be a really good investment for your future.